Hello everyone. Get ready for an adrenaline rush. Brace yourself for the wildest and most insane crash tests on video. It's time to start a hardcore show packed with explosions and the sound of metal smashing. Let's get it on. A car falling from a height of 32 meters hits the ground at a speed of 90 kilometers per hour. With a steel plate installed on the ground, the impact is even more destructive. A car versus the classic British Chieftain Mark VI tank, weighing 55 tons. A thoroughly convincing durability test. During the shooting tests, the mannequin is replaced by the CEO of the company that manufactures and installs automotive bulletproof glass. A dramatic crash test organised by the Austrian Railways, simulating a situation where a car stalls on the tracks. The video makes it clear that, even with emergency braking, the train can push the car for a long distance. The risk of rollover is a major concern for truck drivers. Which is why developing safety measures tailored to such situations is so important. A field test of the emergency pilot escape system on the new T-7 Red Hawk trainer aircraft. The ejection happens in just a matter of seconds. During a test, a truck loaded with railroad ties crashed into another vehicle at a speed of 80 kilometers per hour. The results revealed that while the ties remained mostly in place, they shifted and ended up pinning the driver's cabin. A single high-strength protective bollard can slice a 20-ton truck in half, absorbing an immense amount of kinetic energy.
Three, two, one, zero.
The crucial engine test in preparation for the Artemis II crewed mission, which will orbit the Moon. The Launch Abort system, connected to the spacecraft's Orion capsule, can be used to abort the flight in case of an emergency, such as a risk of explosion.
E5, it's the same 9mm, 115 grain. Going a bit faster. We've got only a 4-inch barrel, but an 8. Took 5 rounds. Held up pretty well. We had one where we got
test of a barrier with an electromechanical drive designed to counter large-scale threats. This small, easily installed system can stop vehicles weighing up to 7 tons, moving at speeds of up to 82 kilometers per hour. Two rough crash tests were conducted on modern ambulances, one for rollover and another for a side impact collision with a vehicle traveling at 65 kilometers per hour. Accidents, even in the controlled environments of crash tests, can always lead to unforeseen outcomes. In this particular case, the irregular surface of the testing ground led one car to take an unexpected trajectory after the collision. Tests of high-impact resistant bollards and net arresters. These devices are installed at high-security sites, such as hospitals and government buildings. Also, net arresters are used at airports to prevent aircraft from inadvertently rolling off the runway. Static testing of powerful solid rocket boosters designed for launching spacecraft into orbit. During a test fire for the Lunar SLS rocket, the booster was fired for 2 minutes, generating a thrust of 1,600 tons. This engine, which is part of the heaviest operational rocket currently in use, burns 6 tons of fuel every second while in operation. Heavy construction equipment versus regular cars. It's a truly intense show. A shooting test featuring an armored off-road vehicle. The body, made of 7mm thick steel, and the windows equipped with 50mm special glass, are designed to withstand gunfire even at close range. This crash test simulated a dangerous scenario involving a gas explosion on a boat. The experiment demonstrated that a gas leak from a cylinder in an enclosed space, under certain conditions, could trigger such a powerful explosion with flames that the crew would have virtually no chance of survival.
I'm going to go around this way. This is just carnage. It's completely destroyed, absolutely destroyed. I don't think anyone's going to survive this.
Some phone models have become legendary for their durability. It's hard to think of a test they couldn't survive. In a series of crash tests organized by the Dynamic Test Center in Switzerland with the support of the Bern University of Applied Sciences, an unconventional vehicle, a motorhome and a trailer carrying a poorly secured 238-kilogram load, was put to the test. The results, made clear by the installed dummies, reveal the extent of the damage and the risk of injury. The advancement of weapon technology has turned automatic mounted grenade launchers into fully fledged combat stations, equipped with a range of devices, including laser rangefinders, thermal sights, and even automatic ballistic correction systems. Modern vehicles can fire as many as 240 to 300 grenades per minute.
Actually hitting the car. So the round did exactly what it was supposed to do and airburst in the area of the car.
A head-on collision with a 40% offset is currently the most common type of crash test in the automotive industry. A set of trials carried out by the developer of advanced security systems designed for school buses. This demonstration clearly shows how important it is to secure child passengers with seatbelts and to have a front airbag in the driver's seat area. Essentially, disposal is the final crash test for any car. The hydraulic shears work effortlessly, slicing through metal as if it were wet paper. This is what can happen to someone who thinks it's a good idea to try to beat a train at a railroad crossing. This vivid demonstration was set up by the North Carolina Department of Transportation. At a NASA research center, engineers dropped a section of an aircraft fuselage with 10 mannequins from a height of 4 meters. The damage will be analyzed to advance the development of new technologies designed to improve the impact resistance of airplane structures. Spectacular tests of the Orion spacecraft, designed to transport cargo and crew to the ISS, as well as for potential missions to the Moon and Mars. During this test, researchers use a model of the spacecraft to evaluate how its structure holds up during a water landing. During a speed test at Holloman Air Force Base in New Mexico, rocket sleds, used to test the capabilities of hypersonic weapons, were accelerated to an astonishing Mach 8.6, equivalent to 10,620 km per hour.
Proszę Państwa, uwaga. Jedzie tramwaj, kierowca patrzy na telefon, niedobrze! Tragiczna sytuacja, wydawać by się mogło, że nie wygląda...
The average weight of a tram is about 20 tons. Even at low speeds, a collision with one can be fatal for most cars. A crash test simulates a head-on collision involving a truck. The unbelted dummy in the passenger seat is hurled forward, succumbing to the brutal forces of inertia. As part of the nationwide campaign Safe Movement, Polish railway workers staged a demonstration showing collisions between trains and cars. The goal was to raise public awareness about the importance of responsible behaviour at railroad crossings with the help of media coverage. Concrete blocks weighing 1.5 tons may seem like a solid defense against most threats, but this crash test clearly showed that they're no match for a 10-ton truck traveling at just 55 kilometers per hour. This is a simulation of an electric vehicle colliding with a tree at 84 km per hour. The test confirms that the safety of this car matches that of a traditional combustion engine vehicle. The high voltage system shut down quickly after the crash, preventing any fire despite severe battery damage. Fascinating experiments with vehicles and gravity. The US Federal Railroad Administration carried out an extensive crash test to assess the durability and efficiency of a fuel tank. A 36-ton dump truck, specially adapted for railway tracks, was sent hurtling into the tank at a speed of 70 km per hour. Although the setup wasn't identical to actual railroad crossing accidents, it replicated critical factors, yielding important insights. The European New Car Assessment Programme, a leading authority in independent crash testing, conducts rigorous and precise tests. For a vehicle to comply with its high standards, it must ensure outstanding passive safety to reduce the impact of accidents, while also including features like electronic stability control to help avoid crashes altogether. To ensure maximum safety, it's important to anticipate and simulate all possible problems that may arise. This is particularly important in sailing, where any mistake can be catastrophic, and help is often nowhere to be found. In this experiment, a team of professional sailors studied what happens to the vessel and its crew when it capsizes. One of the key takeaways from the crash test was that any unsecured items in the cabins pose a significant threat to people. Even small efforts to make the interior more stable can greatly increase the chances of survival in a capsized vessel. Ultimate foam party. At Rosecrans Air National Guard Base in Missouri, high-expansion foam is being tested for quickly extinguishing fires in enclosed spaces like aircraft hangars. The foam can expand more than 200 times its original liquid volume.
We already used overlap.
I got the back of your bald head.
NASA's Research Center is testing an energy-absorbing technology designed to make aircraft fuselages more resistant to damage during crash landings. The black dots on the fuselage are part of a photogrammetry method that uses 3D scanning to accurately measure surface damage.
1, release.
A 275-litre nylon fuel tank is being put to the test by being dropped from a height of 15 meters to simulate flight conditions.